Hey all, today we're doing a review of the Herman H8 multifunctional backpack. In this video, we're gonna take my experience of reviewing 600 plus of the world's best bags and we're gonna tear this thing apart. We're gonna pack the bag out, we're gonna double check its advertised capacity. I'm gonna let you know my brutally honest pros and cons. And if you're not quite sold that this is the bag for you, you should definitely stick around to the end of the video because there I'll recommend some other brief backpack hybrids that you might like a little bit better. And one thing to note here at Nomad Nation, we get about 100 bags a month sent to us to review, and we do offer priority scheduling at a cost, which NayoSmart did agree to. But all that they paid for was a published date. You'll see throughout this review that I'm still brutally honest. And if you think that I'm not, let me know in the comments below. I challenge you because I got a lot to say about this bag. Let's jump into the gist of the NayoSmart Herman H8 multifunctional backpack. If you don't know, NayoSmart is a new brand on the scene, and I have been kind of impressed with them. They're not my vibe, but as somebody who reviews bags for a living, I can just objectively look at what a bag and what a brand is doing, and objectively, NayoSmart is doing really interesting things. It's kind of like they're doing accessible to me. Sort of that premium business to me look, but at a third or a quarter of the price, but while also bringing in some innovation of their own. First of all, let's run into one of my biggest problems with this bag, is the fact that it's marketed as an H8 multifunctional backpack. But for me, this is not a backpack. It can be worn as a backpack, right? You've got the shoulder straps here, and these shoulder straps can be stowed away. But having tested this bag as a backpack, let me tell you, it's a briefcase/messenger first, and a backpack at a very, very, very distant third. For me, backpack mode is just when you're sick of carrying it in brief mode and like you're tired and you're drained and you're beat and you're just sick of carrying this thing. So you unzip the backpack straps, clip them in, and carry it that way. But when you do that, it's gonna come with a lot of compromises that I'll talk about throughout the entire review. Aside from that, we have a beautiful aesthetic, very business friendly zipper cutting through the middle with a bit of volume of its own, an admin compartment directly above that with a lot more organization and NayoSmart's beautiful internal lining. We've got faux leather handles. By faux, I mean like it's plastic. Faux leather is much cheaper and much more ethical. Faux leather is definitely not as luxurious as real leather, but it can feel just as luxurious, but it does come with a potential trade-off. We'll talk about that more in the next chapter. We also got a big main compartment with really nice access, and a beefy tech compartment that also has a bunch of organization, phenomenal materials. If there's one thing NayoSmart does very well, it's their fabrics and materials game, and a killer luggage pass-through holder as well, which will sort of play into my ideal use case for this bag. We'll talk about that more 2 chapters from now. For dimensions, we got a height of 12 inches, a width of 18 inches, and a depth of 6 inches. NayoSmart advertises the H8 backpack to be 1,200 grams, but I'm getting 1.5 kg on scale number 1 and 1.4 kg on scale number 2. But it should be noted that is with the shoulder strap. The bag only comes in one color option. It's pretty well padded, so it's gonna keep its shape no matter what. Here you can see it when it's empty. And here's the bag fully packed out and worn on the Nomad Nation team. Margaret's 5'2", I'm 5'8", and Jason Bagmoa is 6'1". And don't worry, we're gonna pack out the H8 throughout the entire review so you can see exactly what it fits. All NayoSmart bags come with 30-day returns and a 2-year warranty. And for all that, the bag runs around 160 USD. Now that price point is going to be our North Star moving forward because it gives us context if the bag is worth it or if it's a ripoff. But I gotta say, if at any point during this review, you're thinking to yourself, holy crap, the H8 is my dream bag, and you're gonna pick one up, we highly suggest doing so with the first link in the description below. 2 reasons why. First, that link makes sure that you get the best price, and we oftentimes have discount codes. So if there's any discount codes, that's where to find them. But just as important, that link also helps support the Nomad Nation YouTube channel and team so we can keep making the best bag reviews on the web. Thank you very much. All right, let's talk about the outside of the H8 backpack. You ain't a backpack, dude. Cause look at it, dude, it's a brief. Like, we always kick the section off by talking about the aesthetic, and this is just a brief through and through. Not just from a visual perspective, but just also from a functionality perspective. Visually though, this bag has got it going on. We've got some safe choices like a ballistic nylon exterior here. Ballistic nylon is great for any bags. It's very abrasion resistant, looks phenomenal. It'll give you a bit of weather resistance. Not a lot, like it's not a wax canvas, right? But it'll get the job done. So ballistic nylon, a safe, but good choice. But less safe is just NayoSmart's little accents. Like, look at this hammer zipper pull right here. This thing is metal. If you're worried about getting robbed, you could use this as a weapon on the road. Like this thing it's got some weight to it, dude. And you'll see just like little touch points like that throughout this bag that NayoSmart is so good at implementing, especially again at the price point, 160 bucks. A lot of bags are just kind of like giving you the bare minimum at that price point, but NayoSmart always goes above and beyond. Branding, nice and subtle, love that. Now we're gonna pack out all of these compartments in the next section. But one thing to note is also just how well this stands when it's in briefcase mode, because it should basically always be in briefcase mode because it is a briefcase. This is also enhanced by the 2 rubber legs at the bottom of the bag. These legs give it extra support and a bit of extra grip, so it's not sliding all over the place. A great touch for a briefcase, not a backpack. You don't want backpacks to have that. Like briefcases though, awesome. The handles are lovely. Fake leather, the only con that you could potentially run into is like, it might just be a low quality fake leather, which means it won't age very well. There's no way to know for sure. The worst thing that happens is maybe it gets a little sticky, which is pretty bad. I don't think that's gonna happen with this though. Like it feels like a nice fake leather. We've got that on the side handle as well. Plenty of room to grab, amazing touch point. And you got the little buckle as well right here to keep the top handles very nice and very managed. The other way to carry the bag is in messenger mode. Shoulder strap right here. The padding is around 10 inches with a width of 2.5 inches, which is gonna provide really nice comfort. And it's really well padded as well. You got the metal hardware, the leather, which is fake, but still it looks nice. More metal hardware, this beautiful design right here. Like the guys at NayoSmart, they kill it. They really, this is beautiful, while still giving you the comfort and functionality that you would need from a shoulder strap. And now let's talk about backpack mode. You can unzip the top, take these shoulder straps and pop them into place. Honestly, this is a fine backpack wear, not great for a few reasons. The good thing is the shoulder strap, very comfortable as well, well padded, beefy, ventilated, nice materials. So you're like, what's the problem then, Aaron? 2 problems. 1, the back panel. To look nice in briefcase mode, we don't have any ventilation here. A really nice backpack back panel is gonna have like 3D cuts where the air can sort of flow on your back and spinal regions, giving you a bit of ventilation. This bag isn't gonna offer that. It's just sort of like it's like matte. It's not gonna be very breathable. If you're wearing this in backpack mode, it means the bag is like this. And these pockets here are not meant to be this way. So things are gonna be tumbling out of your bag. So remember, I think you get the gist, right? NayoSmart has been kind enough to give you the backpack mode for those times when you're desperate and you need it, but only use it in those times when you're desperate and need it, because this thing is a killer brief, just not a great backpack. So we're gonna put you guys away. Last note on the outside is the thing that really pulls this whole bag together for me, which is the luggage pass-through holder. Because I think this would make an amazing personal item for a business traveler. First of all, look at the luggage pass-through holder. You have to unzip the bottom here, and then you've got this entire panel, which means it's gonna be very secure. You don't have to worry about like some tiny little thing that might pop out. This is going to slide on sort of nicely. Here's the one negative thing though. The shoulder straps for the backpack mode are also back here. So they're gonna interfere sometimes, not that time. That was very smooth. But when the bag is more packed out, you might have more compromises with the shoulder strap just sort of blocking that. But you can see it's very well secure and it gives you great accessibility. I think this is like peak S tier for this bag. It is a personal item for business travel. Suitcase goes in the carry bin overhead. This is your personal item underneath the seat in front of you. And before we jump into the next section, I gotta let you know that if you're enjoying this review, then you're probably a bit of a gearhead and or traveler or EDC nerd, or maybe just sort of some beautiful combination of all the above. And if that's the case, I'd love to welcome you again to the Nomads Nation channel and also tell you that here at Nomads Nation, we don't just do bag reviews on our YouTube channel, but we also have the Nomads Nation newsletter. And in that newsletter, you can look at me like your reporter in the field, where I'm bringing directly to your inbox on a weekly basis, everything that's happening in the world of carry, travel, EDC, and gear. But it's like different. I'm not gonna bring product reviews to your inbox. I'm gonna let you know what's happening from like 30,000 feet out. So you can see what the newest releases are, what the industry trends are, and you get access to our discount codes and exclusive giveaways. So if you wanna keep your finger on the pulse of what's happening in this incredible community, be sure to look for this globe emoji in the description below. Hope to see you in your inbox. Let's talk about the inside of the Naosmart H8 bag. All right, I got a bunch of stuff. We're gonna pack this bag out as if we're hypothetically going on a business trip, pairing the Naosmart bag with a suitcase. In the front, this pocket here, like I said, has some decent volume to it. So you can keep something like an e-reader nice and close if need be, but you can also put bulkier bits of gear like your bottle of gum, maybe a packable tote if you want quick access to it. Always nice to have in airports if you want to grab something. Undo the packable tote, put your souvenirs in the packable tote. Bada bing, bada boom. Love the zippers on this bag, by the way. All these are YKK, hell yes. Very smooth, no PU coatings. It's not gonna give you the best weather resistance, but it's a significantly smoother zipper opening and closing experience. And I love this whole pocket here. We've got a key leash with a metal clip, which makes it easy to undo and grab your keys. This sleeve right here, good spot potentially for a book. All these pockets, we have different credit card slots, pens in the pen slot, AirPods. This lining, it's just beautiful. It's just really interesting. It's got a very subtle, but also kind of trippy pattern to it. It's also a cool gray, so it's gonna hide dirt pretty well, but also create a bit of a highlight effect in the bag, making it easier to find what you put where. I'm also gonna put my Bluetooth mouse in this pocket. I didn't mention this bag is advertised at 18 liters, and the bulk of that capacity will be in this main compartment, which I love. Quick briefcase rant. There's a spectrum of hardness of a brief, which I definitely consider this a briefcase. First, a messenger, second, backpack, like I said, all the way down there. I can't even see it. That's how far away it is on the spectrum. You know what I'm saying? Anyways, with briefs though, you have the hardest ones, like think of your traditional dad briefcase, right? The old 50s door-to-door salesman, you know, you could like literally like shatter a car windshield with it, right? And then you have a soft brief, like let's think the Alpaka brief that I recently reviewed, which I gave a stellar, I think perfect score to, which is very malleable and can like fold into itself. And this one's sort of in the middle. And I love that in the middle because we have structure and it's self-standing. And what they did with these gussets here, you can see that this main compartment is giving you a crap ton of access. This is actually one of the best access briefcases I've ever seen. They usually don't do this. It's usually very tight to get in, or it can get in very easily, but it can never self-stand. Sort of seeing this double combination of like self-standing, but also having malleability, but also having this beautiful gusset opening, I have to say, is a really impressive middle ground of all these design things that work for functionality. So I can love it. Water bottle pockets on the inside for my oolong tea. Put my hero clip in the zippered back pocket. And then with the space here, you can throw your switch in case, you know, you play hard and you work hard, right? It's a business trip. It doesn't mean you can't have fun in the process. Tech pouch, over-the-ear headphones. You can see that all that will probably fit. Let's say you don't game, you're not bringing the switch. Instead, good spot for your jacket. I do think this interior color could have been a little bit lighter. You can see it's getting a bit dark in there. Put the over-the-ear headphones. And again, we're flying with this bag, right? These are the things that we want fast access to. Everything else is in the suitcase. And another thing I'm gonna want fast access to is all my tech and work stuff, especially this. It's a 3D cutout of what should be the size of a 16-inch laptop. You can see we can slide that in there. Yeah, this is our MacBook Pro. And you can see if you have a 16-inch MacBook Pro, it'll be an absolutely perfect fit. And also perfectly secure. This fabric, beautiful, scratch resistant, soft to the touch. Gonna protect your laptop along with pretty nice false bottom actually. The laptop is stopping right here. So if your brief drops, oh yeah, I'm not even feeling this plastic hit the table. That is pretty impressive laptop protection. This slot, you can see my 13-inch iPad will fit very nicely. Also has the microfiber lining. And then in these two pockets, usually a good spot for bulkier gear, but these pockets get tight as the bag is packed out. So if you want to put your charger in here, it's gonna be, you know, it'll fit, but you're gonna be fighting with space for the main compartment. That's why I kind of like it sometimes when these pockets are elevated. Maybe if NayoSmart had a way to put these pockets up here, then when this stuff in the main compartment falls, you always just have a little bit of space at the top. But that means that my e-reader will slide in there very nicely. And then there's a bit of space in between, so I think I can get my Lockbee field journal in there as well. Absolutely. 18 liters is the advertised capacity. I think that's right around where we're at. I'm so stoked to business travel with this thing. Shoulder strap on top, comfortable wear. Like I said, the landing pad is big enough. The shoulder strap itself could be a little bit more coarse. I'm getting a lot of slippage. That's because this fabric, while it is very nice to the touch, it's silky, but you know, this is the one problem that I see with a lot of messengers that really annoys me. There should be some grip on there. We just like those little rubber pads, right? Just to kind of give it a little bit of staying power. But that aside, I ain't gonna lie, this is a great bag, or is it? Because now is the moment you've all been waiting for. Let's talk about the overall pros and the cons of the Naosmart H8. Pro number one, elevated design. NayoSmart knows how to really amplify touch points with the bag that give you just that little bit of joy, a little bit of every time you use it, which goes a long way when you're spending almost 200 bucks on a bag. Pro number 2 is I am in love with the design of this gusseted main compartment. I can't believe how well it self-stands while being so open. This is amazing. And pro number 3, really impressive tech protection. But all bags have cons. Here are 3 of mine. Con number 1, this isn't a backpack. It shouldn't be called a backpack. It should be called the H8 briefcase or the H8 messenger, not a backpack. That gives people false hope. I don't like false hope. Con number 2 is gonna be the interference that the backpack shoulder straps give you when you're trying to slide the bag onto your suitcase. And con number 3 is at this price point, I would have liked to have seen better than a 2-year warranty. Okay, let's take all these pros and cons, mash them together, and give you my overall scores. And should be noted, these pros and cons are just based on my personal experience having used this bag and tested other bags. Score number 1 for comfort, I give it a 4 out of 5. Extra points for getting the backpack mode. Great comfort in handle mode. I just think that the slippage on the shoulder strap is gonna be really annoying for some people. Next up, we got overall value, also 4 out of 5. If this came in at like 120, I would be astonished at the value you're getting. But at 160, it makes a bit more sense. But that value is also contributed by the fact that, I think functionally speaking, this briefcase is giving you a lot more than you would get from competitors in this price range. And for my overall score, let's keep it consistent, 4 out of 5. This is a really great option if you're looking for a briefcase, especially as a personal item on a flight. And if you agree and you're thinking about picking one up, just a reminder, we do recommend doing so with the first link in the description below. Again, that link will give you the best price, and if we have any discount codes, that's what they'll be. But if you're not quite sold on the Naosmart H8, here's 2 alternatives you might like a bit better. Well, first of all, actually, before I get into the alternatives, if you're new to the channel, you should check out our leaderboard video. That's where myself and the Nomad Nation squad, we get together and pick our favorite bags in different bag categories, briefcases and messengers included. This is just a great way to see what the best options are on the market and to meet the team. I've gone ahead and linked that above. But if we're pretty close with the H8, here's 2 alternatives that are right there, but also just a little bit different. First up, the Alpaka Elements Tech Brief Pro. Great pick for you if you really want that 3-in-1, and the backpack mode for the NayoSmart may be a little disappointing. I think the Alpaka Elements Tech Brief is the pinnacle of a 3-in-1 as to where it does backpack and brief and messenger exceptionally well across the board. It's smaller though, not gonna get as much stuff in it, it's not gonna self-stand, but it's a really great bag. And my second alternative will be the Black Ember Forge SB. Great pick for you if you really want something that's a bit more elevated. But Black Ember, I'd say, is even more refined than NayoSmart, hands down. It's also double the price. But it's a great option for you if you want improved weather resistance, and if you like the idea of your briefcase having clamshell opening, which is really great, especially if you're packing clothes. It's another great personal item, maybe even a little bit better for EDC. Honestly, they're 3 incredible briefs. They all got their unique pros and cons. You just gotta figure out which ones work best for you. And to learn more about the 2 alternatives, you can go ahead and watch these videos right here. If you got any questions, be sure to let us know in the comments below. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Aaron, this is Nomad Nation, and we'll catch you next time.